Amirah, it's kind of the same idea of what I was asking Coach, which is, this is a team that everybody comes from different systems, different styles. Just how have you taken to the style, and what have you kind of noticed about yourself as a player as you've started, on your basketball journey here?
Yeah, well, I would say, especially in the summer, when we first got here, everyone just kind of really gelled nicely, and I think that translated to how we took things on the court, even though we were new to BC as a whole. And then personally, I've just kind of found joy in being very energetic and just taking everything in. It's a lot of new information, and to not really get caught up in that, but kind of absorb everything and just have fun with it, and I think that's going to really help us this season.
Amirah, just as far as the season goes, how are you looking forward to just being an immediate impact player as a freshman this year?
I'm just really looking forward to the opportunity I'm getting. It's a new roster, a lot of new pieces, and so personally I just want to take pride in just being kind of like that hard-working player doing the dirty work, but also I think I have a good offensive game, three-point shooting wise, and then rebounding. So just wherever I can, whatever the team needs at that point, and then just really being a voice and energetic presence in practice and in the games.
In your scrimmage versus UConn, I thought you brought a lot of energy, especially on the defensive end. You had a couple of steals in the backcourt. How can you bring that energy, and is that something that you guys really want to do defensively, sort of guard them almost 90 feet?
Yeah, I think my energy is one of my biggest assets. I think Coach Mack said it earlier, basketball is really up and down. So if we can kind of stay on the upside and I can do my job of making sure that my team feels the energy and feels the belief that we have in each other and that our coaches have in us every second that we're on the court, I've done my job. So I think I can really bring that this year.
Athena, this is a program that's built a lot with DMV recruits, with recruits that or players that maybe came out of the Carolinas and from an international flavor, but you're the only one that's coming from straight up West Coast California. So for you, what kind of lends to how you play, and how have you kind of seen even the from a cultural standpoint how you've been able to kind of influence with how you've grown up in the game and be able to bring some of that to BC?
Yeah, I think we have a little bit of West Coast swag in California, so I feel like I just bring that with my ball handling, and like he said, my energy is what I bring every day in practice.
And Athena, you're able to play in 33 games last year. How do you take that experience from last year going to this season?
Yeah, it was a great experience last year, just being able to get a feel for college basketball and especially the ACC. I feel like that kind of gives me an opportunity this year to be one of the leaders and a little bit of a veteran who's been there before a little bit. So just giving my team that confidence of, hey, we've been here before, I've seen these people before, and we can hang with these teams. So just trying to give them that confidence and that energy going into this season.
Yeah, we just heard Joanna talk about the team's undersized, and you didn't hesitate to pull out that step stool there. Is this something you guys are embracing as you go into the season, that you might be kind of, have to battle against people much bigger than you, and is that a rallying point for you?
Yeah, for sure. Coach Mack always says it's not about the size of the dog in the fight, it's about the size of the fight in the dog. So that's a really big part of our mentality this year. And we have a lot of ways we can overcome what we lack in height with other things like our intensity on defense, our just relentlessness to just keep playing hard every single play of the game. And like she said, our shooting ability is phenomenal. So we can definitely overcome that this year.
Obviously, you got a lot of new faces on the roster this season. What has the team been doing off the court to build that team chemistry?
Yeah, off the court, we're definitely together a lot. We have a lot of graduates this year, so they definitely make sure they're giving people rides, setting up little things. I mean, one of our teammates, Kaya, she made boo baskets, and she made little candies and put all of that on our locker, so that was really great. So,
Lily, coming into Boston College, just how are you enjoying being here on campus and the city of Boston, and you're adjusting to being here now?
Honestly, it's been absolutely amazing. The group that we have around us makes it so easy. It's been really easy to integrate myself into the community, obviously, that BC brings, and just the nature of Boston itself, the city life, especially I've gone out with some obviously teammates and seen the city, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of home, Melbourne. So like the city life, and then it's also got the suburbs. So I absolutely love it here for sure.
Lily, you transfer in from the Big East. Just, what was the basketball like there for you? How does it kind of lend to your style of play? And not only that, but then, what kind of led to the decision to come to BC and obviously continue where you are as a basketball player?
The Big East was definitely a different type of basketball than I came from in Australia, and that's kind of what I came to college for sure, just to experience different types of basketball. The Beast was definitely very physical. They had UConn, like big schools, which was really fun. We got to play them twice. I think I was just looking for a change up really, and when BC reached out, it really was the perfect fit. I'm a big family culture person. I love to be close to my coaches, close to my teammates. So honestly, all the coaching staff here, it was an easy decision really, yeah.
Hey, obviously you had that awesome game against UConn last week. How do you does that give you confidence for the season? How do you build off of that? I know obviously it's just an exhibition, but it has to give you some sort of confidence coming into the season.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, it's UConn, so just being able to go out there, have fun. That's really what it was all about, just being able to have fun. But being able to see the ball go in and see, good looks and things like that is a big confidence booster. And it's something I'm looking, like you said, it was just exhibition, but it's something I'm looking to carry over through the rest of the season, for sure.
Oh, thank you. Has playing in so many systems in your college career made you a more complete player and brought out what you do best?
Yeah, I've definitely learned a lot of things. I've played for a lot of different coaches, a lot of different programs, learned a lot of different things. So much different verbiage, especially. So, but I definitely think that it's helped just being able to learn, just being a complete basketball player and, being able to know the game offensively, defensively, things like that. So I definitely think that that's helped for sure.
Being a graduate student with all the younger faces, do you almost feel like they're going to need to look up to you? And what kind of questions do you get from them, being in all these different places you've been?
What was it like where I was at before?
Yeah, just, what it's like having a lot of younger
kids
around you.
It's exciting, especially for, like our freshmen. They come in, they have tons of energy. They're, they're ready to learn. They're excited. And it's so nice to see because, it's, you come in as a freshman, wide-eyed, just ready to do whatever it takes. And, as you get further into your career, it's kind of like, you get the little aches and, So, but it's definitely fun. I love how they come in and they're just ready to play. They're ready to have fun. I love that about the younger group. I love that.
So Hawaii, Northern Arizona, Georgetown in Kentucky, and now Boston College. There's a path up towards the Northeast. Yeah. What do you think, a different kind of basketball that you're going to be playing out here in the ACC and the East Coast than you kind of grew up in?
Yeah. So I grew up a lot in Texas and then from the East Coast as well. So it's different kind of basketball. I think basketball more out this way is more so finesse kind of, I think. And then down there it's more so hard-nosed, tough basketball, but this is still really good basketball here, especially being in the ACC. I know it's not going to be walk in the park or anything like that, but it's definitely something that I'm looking forward to, that we're looking forward to as a team. Just being able to see where we stack up and what we can do.
Where in the East Coast and where in Texas did you grow up?
Down like Cedar Hill area, and then West Coast, Las Vegas. So it's just different types.
And Teionni, now that you're here in Boston, and same question I had for Lily, how are you liking the city of Boston?
I like it a lot. It's different, especially with the trains and stuff like that. It's a lot different. But the people here are really nice. It kind of reminds me of Texas a little most with as far as Southern hospitality, just how nice the people are. You walk by, you see people, they speak, Actually, I honestly didn't expect it, but you walk by people, they speak, they say good morning, things like that. So it's nice to see, and it's nice to know that we have a community around here that's interested in people that are in it.
Hi, Teionni. There are not a lot of NAIA schools up in our region, so for you having played at Georgetown College, how have those last 2 years especially kind of helped you prep for this?
They helped me a whole lot, especially even as far as just getting burned. My first 2 years, I didn't. My freshman year, redshirted, and then sophomore year, got a little burned, not too much, but the last 2 years there at Georgetown College were really good for me, just being able to play and see where I was at as a basketball player, and I'm very, very thankful for being able to play there and figure it out, and being able to be here now is that was a really big part of it, for sure.
All right. I was going to ask about the NAIA, but since it was already asked, I'm just going to ask: has anyone warned you about Boston winners yet? If you've been like
Say that
Texas,
one more time, I'm
has
sorry.
anyone warned you about winners up here yet? And like
No.
you haven't? Okay.
Oh, I heard that they were kind of bad. Northern Arizona, the winters up there were pretty rough. Got a lot of snow. So I don't know. We'll have to see which one is worse. But I've heard a little bit about it.
So with your performance against UConn, you kind of got a target on your back a little bit. How are you preparing not only for the gameplay of the ACC, but also the attention and the noise that comes with being in an ACC school?
I try not to think about it that way. Honestly, I just want what's best for our team. I'm going to do what I can, offensively, defensively, wherever they need me to do it. I need to do it for our team, whatever puts us in the best position to win. As far as target on my back or anything like that, not really too worried about it. Just trying to get better, focus, stay locked in.